Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It is round 4 of the Challengers 2025 Oceanic Split 2. We are at the prefaces to end this one. Teams vying to lock in their spots, and they have opportunity to do tonight across the board. We're going to be finding and possibly seeing one of those happen. My name's Has Daddy Slim, and I'm very pleased to be joined by Atro. Mate, how are we doing this fine Thursday evening? Yeah, no, we'd have to talk to it right away. It's all good. We can just chill with these ones, have a nice time. I do think that possibly we can't hear each other. That might be possibly an issue there.
Hello. Do we have
There
me?
we are. Can you hear
There
me?
we are.
There. All
There we
right.
are.
Well, that's a perfect start to the evening right there. Atro,
Yes,
I've just done a
yes,
little bit of the
yes.
intro. I don't know
We
if you
we
heard
we
me, but
we yes, minor audio issues, but yes, we've got VCL challenges coming up. Bandits versus I don't remember how you pronounce it. I don't remember the other team's name. I just know it's DRKO.
the Carmen Riders, the Cayman Riders, Cayman. I don't know where I'm pulling an R from. The Cayman Riders, our other team. Both of these squads in Group A. Bandits sitting on the top. Cayman Riders at the moment, they are on the bottom, and well, they're pretty much playing spoilers tonight because, unfortunately for them, technically speaking, and well, I think even just speaking plainly, they can't really get into those top two spots looking for group stage, but they can ruin Bandit Esports Club night because they are on the edge of trying to get themselves into that top two for Group A. They currently sit, as I said, on top there. 2 map wins or 2 series wins. They're 52 and 51. They're being chased right behind by Edge. But, well, Atro, as I said, look, they're up there. They're close. But what do you think the Cayman Riders can do this evening to try and knock them off their pedestal and, well, make them pretty nervous going into a day 5? This is good. This is kind of good communication here. We're liking this. This is not. There to be some slight audio issues, which is fine. That's all good. Uh, there's speech, there's stuff coming through. He is talking. I'm not hearing him, but I'm sure that they're Batro saying some very important stuff, guys. And the moment that the mic starts working, you're not going to believe what's happening. Oh, close here. Close, maybe. Nope, still nothing. Okay, that's good. That's good. We're liking this. Nope. uh, so, Chad, how's everyone doing? Okay. Well, I hope. I mean, we've got a whole plethora of different things going on. So this would be really good because I can't tell if he's actually saying stuff and then I can't hear him. I mean, I can hear production, which is good. That's a start. I mean, I'm getting chat with production at the moment. I can hear them. I'm just not sure. Just not sure if Atro is coming through though. He's there. I can see them. They seem to be chilling. Well, I can tell you the players already. In the meantime, why don't we just check up what the bans have been so far, just to see what's going on there. Yes, yes. Let's go ahead. The vetoes going up there. All right, here we look at here. So we got the vetoes for our best of 3 series tonight. Start off with the band of Icebox and Bind. Lotus is going to be the pick there for the Bandits. The Cayman Riders will be going for I should say the Bandit Riders. Bandits are picking the defensive side. The pick itself, Cayman Riders, that is actually their map pick of Lotus. Sunset is when we come to. That one's Bandits defensive end picked by the Cayman Riders. And then Haven will be where we go to decide if we're going all the way. start to make their way in. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Sorry, Atro, can you hear me? Perfect. All right. For some reason, your Discord was sitting on 0% volume for me, and I don't know why. Possibly that might have been where we had a bit of a server different thing. But so you've been talking this whole, we've been talking over the top. Well, that's perfect. Great start. That's what we like from across all. Well, possibly Cameron Ryder's looking to just do something a bit different this evening. Look, you're in that sort of area where you're not particularly, you're already out of group stages. You want to try some different things. Again, as we said, they want to play that sport. They want to they want to put bandits on the back foot. You're on your map pick as well. Try some different things here. A few agent selects, switch ups there. Because, yeah, again, it's not the most normal, usual we'll see here. If they can find the attacking rounds early, they're probably in good stead. But I do worry what's going to happen if once they do switch over, considering they've gone with a double duelist. If they fail to find rounds in that regard, it is going to look pretty tough for them. So far, basically just a hold here. That's one from A main here from the Cayman Riders, but they don't look like they're going to be stopping close on this one. Waldo, just from Cairo, just to hold off for a little bit longer. Rotations have started to come a little bit closer. So they'll at least have the two. Viper making their way just in deep for that one. Swifty gets himself set. 1 minute left. They just held their time and understand when they'll hit this one. That's a nice late omen smoke there. Now it's the 3. How do you start questioning yourself? Do you start to move out of this one? You've committed so much of your time just waiting towards this A main, and the spike's still there. I think they're just going to go for it at this point.
Poison orb emitting.
Cover going out.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining. Spike down. C. Flawless.
Yeah, that is just, well, pretty much all you can ask for there for Bandits Esports Club. That is perfection. Cairo especially, the 3 kills there, playing just sort of the backside. And, well, I mean, again, if they go on a bit earlier, the Cayman Riders, I understand, you wait a little bit longer just to see if they're going to, second guess your opposition. They rotate back towards BRA, but because there was just no other utility used across the map, and they were all just waiting in that C main position, there wasn't particularly a need to rotate off it. So, in the end, not a great start in the pistol, but maybe they can do something here with a couple of classics. Or not. And Cairo, in that last round, to actually cop a bit of damage there from that classic close, so with armor. Can't find themselves close at the moment, although the rotation has come over from Swifty. But again, Util just delaying anything from the attackers here. Cayman Riders, they this time aren't going to be waiting outside C main. They aren't going to start this rotate, but 48 seconds, not much to say on utility or weaponry. They're just going to try to get into B, which, again, they might have a chance here because Gek is the only one that's close while he gets himself over. Now position's revealed, and while he's got a day at the shooting range, only able to find the one, and Wilted coming in,
30
holding that
seconds
A
left.
main side. Spike, at least the possibility to be planted here, and that's what will
One
happen as up
enemy
close their Splat gun will go down, Show with one back, but in the end, Bandits, they came out of the second round. Look towards the bonus now. Pretty solid 2-0 start. The Cayman Riders, this is the one that has to hit here. So they can't allow themselves to put down this round. Bullbite needs to find some kills. It needs to find damage. Best thing to come out of as well is they don't lose too many players. But Bandits set up here the blind. Too bad to start off there from Wilton. Finds the first one. At the corner, the second is locked in as well. Shoyo finally getting that trade. And at the very least, they've... Oh, no, I was going to say they kept the spike. They've completely lost it, mate. So now they have to commit. Get Cops a bit through the boxes, down to 41 HP. Up close around the other side here. Silver's in the corner. Blinded Gek with another. And this is all falling apart here. The first round for the Cayman Riders with a flying shoulder command from Gek. Another one there. Switches weapons. Shoyo would need an ace to try and clutch this one up. They're already all over here. Location done. Cairo closes the round. And it is looking very nice here for Bandits. Very solid start. They get the third, convert the bonus. And credits-wise, well, that is going to be looking very rough here for the Riders squad.
Satchel out.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I mean, if they'd kept that spike, you know, you can get out of rotation. You've got more time to use in the round. Unfortunately, just not there, so... Oh, yep. Kills they got from the previous round. Means that they've got themselves a Bulldog. What else from the Cayman Riders yet to register a kill? Wilted and Cairo. And the damage so far as well. Running off the opposite side of this one. No, it's going to be a close force of them out. And it's actually a nice play in the end. Black gun, so Cairo now has to find the damage. Snakebite on that Venom there is going to just delay it a little bit further. And they have got the 3 rotated over. Now, so they'll go off into the B site. Gek managed to get themselves over. Blind and also the flames going up with that wall bit just to distract there. The plant should go down, so 5v4. They've actually got a real opportunity here. We get going down. This becomes a really tough round for Bandits to get back into.
Last player standing. Thrifty.
Yeah, no, that's a massive round to pick up because, again, the start, lose the pistol, you're always most likely going to lose the second, but then getting no damage done when it comes to that third round. And Bandits, they were thinking this is going to be 4-0 start. We can lock this one in, but no, full credit. Riders squad, push right back at it, and now an opportunity to maybe get themselves 2 in a row, but still. Bandits, plenty here for the bite. The ultimates. Actually, it is. I was going to say, more in favour on the other end, but it doesn't matter if you got ultimates if it's just getting your head ripped off from all ends on that side. Gek swings in for a second, a third. Gek is just cleaned up at A main. And any positivity that came from that previous round has just been ripped to shreds like that. Gek's got 4. My boy Larryton, what are you even supposed to do in this situation? Position known as well. They're looking for that ace, and they might just find it. Yes, they do. Gek. Bandits respond in kind. And that is just, well, You get a slither of hope,
One
and then
enemy
it's just
remaining.
ripped away in basically mere seconds. That's utter destruction over towards A. Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, it was basically just Wilted playing that distraction because the teleport up and just seeing there was a lack of communication there from the Riders squad that, you know, they didn't really have anyone watching main, or if they had the split, could have at least been the trade. Doesn't happen. Okay, Wilted, just shoot through, you know, find yourself another opener there, secured early in the round for Bandits. Thankfully, at least this time, they've still got the spike and an opportunity to maybe break into the side here, but again, you're just jumping, hoping at least to gather information, use what you can here, and they have got it in this. Rotate will start. And again, if they look towards A here, there is a bit of an opportunity. Larry's got that operator. They can get a plant down, he can get in a position where he can play that after plant. They might have an opportunity here.
No, Bandits are pissed about that Thrifty that went through, and they have responded in kind.
30 seconds left.
As, yeah, putting themselves an advantage early on in this round, and the Carmen Riders, I mean, with one of your relying on the showstoppers, that one's going to come through now, but not finding the mark. Sure, you're now exploring around.
10 seconds left.
But not going to be able to find anything. And Larryton on this operator might be the deciding factor in this round. The question is leaning into him.
Had their vision, maybe there could have been something. Get gets away with it. Just the push through from Larry's beautiful. Splat gets one.
Last player standing.
But as he tries to go back in, all of a sudden it's left on you, but
Toxin screen down.
I'll worry there for half a second. But they are quickly going to get themselves up to 5, and Swifty's having a discussion about picking up that operator, and that's what they will do. So, building credits, picking up weaponry where now you've got someone on the defensive side with the operator, and that's always going to be trouble for the attacking squad. And then you're there, credits, it's all over the place. Got a couple of players who can definitely fool by and maybe push through for Larry if he can get his ultimate ready to go, but yeah, it's such an awkward spot for them.
Yeah, dire economic straits here. As yeah, they're really just going to have to see what they get. They're basically scrounging for money at this point. Meanwhile, Cairo is sitting pretty on this warp. Sees an aid to come through, going to find no joy. But it might be that
Bring them down.
the Omen might be in a world of hurt here, but he will be able to shadow step out.
Come on, let's go!
The run back now is going to come in.
Sun's into the site, the run it back. Not looking like it's going to find anything at the moment. It does at least push them back. So the B site's there for a plant. Put it in a 5v5, but as they do that, oh, look at what's happened over towards A. They've actually got all that information up the top there. If they can hit their shots, Larry, no! Damage done. And they've got a plan off it, but they needed at least one of those kills, and now Sun's got to just distract. He's got to get at least a kill for this one if they've got any hope to keep it together. They've fallen back. Position on. I mean, they're just off the site, and I think a few primaries are going to get jammed off that side as well. So Vance could just technically hold most of this down. Taps it. They do get at least something towards the spike, but Wally's just spraying on through. Splat is all that's left in a 1v4 now. Jumping on top of him, but Wally's got a 3K classic right to the head. And it's 6 up on the board now for Bandits.
And I love what Bandits did there. Just willing to give the space to the Phoenix with the run it back, knowing that he'll be forced back, and the snakebite made it difficult for his team to follow up. So with no pick found, the Kamen Riders were just not game to push into this site, and that meant that they were forced
want to
into
play?
a
Let's
bad
play.
situation, moving up onto that A side, eventually moving them around. As Wilton has his head taken off, but we're just having sprays exchanged.
Oh yeah!
2 down
Monster on the
side of Bandits, only 1 for the Kamen Riders.
They've actually come out with numbers in their advantage. 3v2 just like that. Swifty's in the side. Cairo rotating over. Bike should go down. But swings not out for that one. You've got to be so careful. Splat though. Immediate trade back, and it's all left on Cairo and an operator in hand. Good for the defensive side, but when you're trying to do this on a retake, maybe it doesn't work out just as well. They've got that information now. At least one player's sitting. I'm not sure about Larry, but they're going to have to guess it's sitting on that end as well. The old popped as well, and also the pick up detain is there. Oh no, are we going to see a knife? But we go, no, Splat's gone for the kill instead. I thought we might see something else there. In the end though, Kamen Riders, I mean, they played into that A main push. There was 3 there for Bandits. They had the numbers, they had the utility to stop that one, but fair credit to the Riders squad. Got those kills, got the plan out of it, and they've got their second up on the board.
No, yeah, well, a well-executed round from the Kamen Riders, as it will be a 6-2 scoreline, but they need to try and grab control of this half once again if they want any hope of bringing it back into this game.
Oh, we always like the spray through from Wally. It's a decent angle, and it did actually deliver a fair bit of damage there. Pretty low. Jump gets close. Ultimate cross. Ball back into the site. Rotation's already coming over quickly. Drop on this one. And Wally spams. Holding off for the time being. Sticking, holding. Rotations are also coming in from behind as well here from Bandits. So they've got that information that they haven't started rotating away yet. They know it's going to be at least towards A or close. And if they continue on with this, if they go back to try and rotate around, Gek is there. Shoulder peeking. Also got Wilted. So at the moment they see Wilted as well. That should just allow Gek to then throw the other side. Wilted grabs that one. Gek holds for now. Splat goes down. 4v5. And now they're just split. Now they don't know really what they want to do. They're going in towards an A1 again. They're not a towards Wilted. They actually read that Coro's probably at the box. The spam through is perfect. Maybe still an opportunity there, but then they go rotating back out towards A. And this is where Gek's going to activate. They actually can't find the kill. C is open. Larry's found Wally. 20 seconds. And now up close here. Wilted trying to push it on that side. Shot misses on the close one, but Sun gets that through. Now it's all on Swifty. They've got one. Spike still needs to go down. Some low HP players, but Larry with his second. And in the end, the Kamen Riders, that is a perfect round. The fact they're able to swing that back. Low HP on a few players. Down to the 5v4. Down the kills. 6-3. Still a chance to get a decent score in this first half.
Yeah, no, it was looking. It looked like the side of Bandits might have a way back into that round in the 1v3 with the low health bars of the Kamen Riders, but luckily they were able to stay disciplined and get that shot off, shut it down. As now Larrington pushes out, but immediately gets pushed back by the side of Bandits. As now we see this rumble control so imperative on a map like Lotus, and Bandits are going to take that control.
Seen this a couple of times with the Kamen Riders where they've just been happy to hold outside the main areas. They're in for a sight hit. Larry's got himself a bit of a push in towards him. Waiting for this one. So he'll be first out. He's been blinded. He's getting a little bit of information, but he needs more than that when they need the kills when they go back through the other side. They've taken so much before they've been walked out. Splat finds the first. Gek a second as they hold down that position well.
Grenade!
And they decide to fall off on that one. Larry's trying to get in towards B on the other end. He gets some damage, some info. It's a tough ask if they want to hit in towards B. So many low players. Gek is finding more. Gek with a double up. They've got 4 in the round. Larry can find one, but that's all he'll grab as Cairo shuts it down. 7-3 Bandits. Good response
Bandits.
after a couple of rounds there from the Cayman Riders, but get the buy back in. Still an opportunity, but yeah, just basically shut down towards A main. Couldn't make their way in.
Yeah, no, Gek just once again putting this round on lockdown. These big plays, the ace earlier on, and now a 4K on that round. Allowing the side of Bandits to hold strong here and guarantee themselves a lead going into the halftime. As we once again see this rubble control coming through, but Larryton has pushed out and he's managed to find one. That's Gek, the big impact player we were just talking about. Now with nothing more to say in this round.
Yeah, risky play, but when it pays off, it's perfect. Cairo, though, is there for the immediate trade. Back spots the leg there. Sharo very, very close to finding themselves a second. Rays on the opposite end. Very, very low. So they get that trade back. 4v4. Rotations start to come in. Ubud waiting on the other end. Larry. Wall side B is completely open. Wally just starting them make their way back over. They wouldn't have this information. They're not sure. Would probably be thinking at least about this and considering their teammates haven't been there and they swing on out, find it. Wilton should have a kill as well. They grab that. 2v4, 30 seconds. And Splat and Ubud have got a lot of work to do if they want to try and resurrect anything from this round.
30 seconds left.
The awareness of these Bandits players that Larryton might have been able to sneak up into B. They were perfectly happy to play retake there, but they also were able to reclaim the space with the help of that Viper wall, as Wilton has found another. And while Ubud does manage to take that fight, the time is against him here. Spike on the floor, and I don't think he'll have anything more to say in this round.
Yeah, nothing they can do in this situation, unfortunately. Ubud just try and save that Vandal over to the next, which
Last
probably not
round
that
before
bad
the
considering the
switch.
credit's going to be low on a couple of players. Yes, Sung maybe at least something there. They will. Bit of half armor, one ultimate ready to go on the other end, a couple there for Bandits, and a couple of rounds they've missed out on, but overall it's been a very solid defensive side. 9-3. Good opportunity to take this one here. Again, it's been good hold of the last few rounds as A main presence, just the 2 this time, but again, I look to just get those Omen smokes down, get the ones across there. Gek also has the ultimate, so if that showstopper comes out, they know that what's coming towards them. That could be very damaging if they decide to go through with it. Shoyo playing on that side. Oh, Gek
Shoyo
gets absolutely destroyed. Flashes moving on the other side. Wally's trying to head for the hills. They have no chance to get out. Swifty, at the very least, gets a trade. For the Cayman Riders, this is what they need. Finally around, they get a fan advantage, 4v3. But they have to continue in towards A as well. Although Ubud is going to be stuck in True.
Yeah, Ubud able to make his escape. As Common Raiders have found themselves an advantage on this round. The Fade and the Rays taken off the board. As Harrington now has found 2 on the lurk. And I think that's just going to lock up this round. Cairo finds 1, but that's just going to confirm his position for the side of the Kamen Riders. And now Shoyo, a showstopper in hand. I expect the second contact is taken. That one will just get ripped. As Cairo, though, has found 1!
Oh,
Drops
no.
down onto the site. And surely not like this.
One enemy remaining.
As Cairo finds a second, but the thrash comes out. Splat Gun is able to lock it down.
Switching sides.
Oh,
As I can't lie, I was very worried there. But Splat Gun able to commit that ult. Save that one, and it gives them the round. Bring us to 8-4.
Yeah,
So
that
this
one.
Gecko's gonna have to get a lot of work done on this defensive half if the Kamen Riders want to take this out. We'll have to be keeping a very close eye on what the Gecko decides to do, how they decide to play out this half. because yeah, it's going to be game deciding.
It does feel like they've got to play aggressive defensive side. They don't particularly have a lot of smokes and stopping areas. I mean, you've got Splat and you've got U-Bud as those main sort of defensive setups. Everyone else can play a little bit aggressive forward. Larry, of course, is going to be out here as he gets himself a chance for the teleport away. Sun joins him as well, and they get those kills. And the media ones, they will be traded back from Wally and Gek. Put in the 3v3. Sun actually burns Gek there as well. So a nice start to the round. Wilted is basically done when it comes to the fights on just 3 HP. So a lot of this is going to have to be done here by Wally. 60 seconds on the clock. They're just going to go straight through these ones. At least think about it.
Last player standing.
Come over and U-Bud shuts them down perfectly. Cayman Riders, that is exactly the start they were after there. Aggression out at C-Long. They get those kills off the back of Larry and Sun. A couple of trades from Bandits, but in the end, too much damage against them. That's what they needed, some aggression to start on the defensive side. They get the pistol and a good chance to close this to just a 2-round gap.
Indeed they do. Shutting and locking the door there is the side of U-Bud.
There.
But we have seen a couple of thrifties in this game as now Larryton, oh, he gets detected with that haunt.
Oh,
Sneaky little angle, but Swifty is going to be able to take him down anyway. Going to pick up the Marshal as his reward. And looks like C-Site has just been locked down for the side of Bandits. The hot hand's not going to find any sort of mark. We now move into this post plant here.
Dizzy's down.
Getting aggressive forward players in numbers here, and that's the idea. Especially when you've only got the classics on most of the pistols, but this is where those weapons come through, and all of a sudden it's just Swifty. It's a plan at the very least, but that's all they're going to find here as in come the other players. Shoyo's put down, nice little shot there. But I got a little worried after Larry got a little bit too adventurous out in towards C-Long, but trade it back. They'll come into a bonus round here. Bandits spike plant should mean that they will have full armor, mostly in all the players' rifles out. Yeah, that was a little hairy there, but in the end, no harm, no foul.
Yeah. A little bit hairy, I think, is understating it a bit, but it's going to be the round converted here for the side of the Kamen Riders. And now this bonus, the bonus was able to be denied by the side of Bandits. We'll have to see if the Kamen Riders will be able to do the same.
Yeah, just a distraction to start. C-Long. The rotations will start to make the way up to A here. Swifty getting some decent information that no one's playing that deep here. At least towards the start of A for this round. But jump peeking. See what they might be able to find. That wall plays more of a distraction. Always sends out the Prowlers. The other side, they're actually going back towards C, and this might be read absolutely perfectly here. I was going to say Larry was about to just disappear from the C site. Just waiting for that one. 40 seconds. There is only just going to be the one standing there, so Larry try and hold this down if they can, but realistically they've got to give up the side here just to try and do this in a 5v5 on the retake, and limited utility and weaponry from this bonus round is going to work against them here. And Splat, as they get aggressive on the other side, already pushed through. They're trying to hold him to this side. Here the spray though from Sung. Splat find it while he gets to one, but now the push through there from Wally. He's put down as well, and all of a sudden these rifles are not finding the damage they would have been hoping for. 50 falls away. Wilton needs to find something as well. Teleports up on towards the boxes. The spike starts to continue to tick, and this is where they need to get a bit more aggressive. Look at these angles and where the weaponry, where they don't have the complete rifles, might work against them. But Wilton's just had all of those nades on top. 50 gets it back. The double hold in range should be enough for them. Pulls out the classic. It's Flint and Swifty, and Swifty with the 3K. It's taken everything from Bandits, but they get that round. Still though, bonus one there for the Cayman Riders. They're not going to complain. The buyback in here,
Can I get a drop?
it's going to be a
Thanks.
little awkward for Bandits. Again, they definitely should have enough. But I mean, that's almost the perfect bonus round.
Yeah, no, it got like it got quite hairy there for the side of Bandits, and I really thought they were going to be able to do that. Common Riders were going to be able to get them on that thrifty round, but it is not to be. As we see the side of Bandits pushing forward, and Wilted another one through the smoke.
Well, at the end of the day, sometimes it doesn't matter about the rifle. You have the Guardian, takes out U-Bud, and that is all smokes lost for the round here now on the defensive end. So the Riders just have to play off any flashes they might have, which is just going to be left with Splat. Does have their ultimate available. Definitely be useful to maybe use that thrust, Larry. Once again, a few aggressive plays here towards C Long. There's some opposition there with Gek on the other side of the rotation, so back in towards A. And 48 seconds is going to hit here, and Shoyo's going to be called upon. They have to do a lot of damage. They need at least maybe an opening kill position known now. And off that, it could be a split towards the B side, and that actually might work perfectly. They were about to hit towards A on the other end. Sung on the other side as well. They've switched on that one. Larry was trying to get himself through that doorway.
30 seconds left.
And now it's back towards A. They can't quite decide what they want to hit at the moment. Time's running low. They might have just done enough. The switches, the baits. And now it should just be a clean plan on the A side, and that's going to leave it in a 5v4 retake.
Yeah, no, the Carmen Raiders a little bit overzealous on those rotates, but it's going to be Larry who's going to be the important one onto this round. That link position not considered, but Gek has it on lockdown. Gek with a second, can't find the third. As Black Gun is going to take him down. Now Wingman on to defuse the Mosh to come through. Bandit have to hurry, otherwise that Wingman is just going to defuse the spike, but crisis will be averted.
They had a few extra players there on that retake of the hold that could have possibly worked with that one. Splat, they got it to the half, but 4v2 in the end. Bandits' numbers overwhelmed. Gek with that opening double as well when they tried to start that retake, basically shut it down before it began. And now 10-6, you're back down by 4. You've lost the credits, you've lost that little bit of momentum you gained early, and now you're going to have to just try and do something with a few sheriffs this round. Splat also using their ultimate, so Sung. They just have to run it back if they want to get themselves a little bit of favours there. Larry once again, he's playing aggressive towards the C-Long. He's more than happy to take the fight with Cairo, but doesn't work out, and everything else across the map has also fallen completely flat. Just like that, it's a 5v2. U-Bud will at least grab Swifty. The C-side is open. That's where the plan's going to be heading.
Indeed it will. As Bandit turns away here with only the frenzy in hand. The peak does come through, but Gek able to utilize that better weaponry, and U-Bud now with a Vandal in hand might be looking to save. He's gonna make his way over towards that beast, over towards that C site, but it's gonna take some real heroics to close out the round.
If anything, it's maybe some exits. Oh, U-Bud, that's not the spray you're after. And, well, they weren't going to really save the rifle anyway, considering the buy in the next round. They would have had it there, but it would have been nice to maybe get some exit frags and force some rebuys. Doesn't happen as Gek shuts that one down. 11-6. Bandits Esports Club, they get out to a 5-round advantage. They had this earlier on when we were at a 6-1 position, and to the Cayman Riders' credits, they worked themselves back in, but now this is a winnable round. It has to be won here. You drop this, down 12-6, not many credits into the next one. You're basically playing with not much if you want to try and extend this first map here. Nope. Ultimates, there's 5 everywhere. To start us off, going up. It's just going to be fights in mid, out towards the B side. And after all that,
Kamen Rider's not opening this round well. As you said, this is a very important round for them. getting to that match point is just gonna be very demoralizing. Larryton, he's been okay. He's been pretty good this game, and he's holding down this rubble control here, and has that rendezvous ready to fall back. They've identified they want to hit C. There are a few players here. Shoyo now pulling out the showstopper in response to that nightfall. He's gonna find one, but now it's gonna be the side of Swifty. It might be trapped. But on the other side of the map, Wilton has found two. Cairo as well taking down Larryton. The fight is taken. But Swifty has it on lockdown.
Match point.
And you just gotta feel like the Kamen Riders just not able to find the attack that they want here. Sorry, the defense that they want here, just being pulled apart by the bandits.
Yeah, and the fact this is their map pick as well, it is looking very, very rough at the moment. As well, there's enough there. Again, you can see not as much armor. They've got to get aggressive. Got to try something this side here. And I was going to say, Wilton wasn't spotted. He's great. The beginning wasn't great. Splat, Swifty, Wilton trades everywhere, and just like that, the round's gone 20 seconds, and it's all on Larry to try and keep this one together. 1v4.
Welcome to
No
my
armor,
world.
rifle in hand.
Spike
I think
planted.
that might have been hurt as he starts rushing out on the other end. Caro's sitting in the corner, Swifty in front. All the numbers, players waiting. He just has to hope that maybe he finds a 1v1 somewhere, but that's not happening. Well, he shuts it down, and that's first match done. Bandits Esports Club one step closer to group stages as they take... Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully, you've had a nice little break there. We've been in the background fixing up some audio issues. So I think this time, when me and Atro talk to each other, we're actually going to hear each other for the first 60 seconds and not look like we're completely insane. Atro, we're going to try this one again. Can you hear me?
No, I'm kidding. I know I'm kidding. We don't have audio issues, but I had to give you that one. No, yes, we've got all our audio issues fixed up. New setup. Who dis? But what we also got is game 2 of Bandits versus the Kamen Riders. As Bandits took a confident 13-6 victory on the side on Lotus, but now we head over to I believe it is Haven.
Sunshine, actually.
Sorry, Sunset.
Sunset.
Sunshine.
Sunshine. Well, there's sunshine and sunset. One of those two.
Yes,
It's about the same word.
We are heading off to sunny California to for our second map. As the gecko that Splacon did pick up on the side of Lotus is actually considered a very strong pick on Lotus, and not just because he's from the area. Sorry, on Sunset, not just on Sunset. So I do wonder if we'll see that one grabbed out by either side. But has any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good opportunity for it. We'll see what Splat does in that regard. And we'll also see what they'll do, considering not on the attacking side this time. They went the double duelists on that last map. Didn't work out for them. So now you look towards what you might suggest with this one. Bandit's already pretty much locking in what they're going to be using right here. You can see the Omen coming out with the Cypher as well. Decent setups, very good setups actually towards the A site there on Sunset for it. You go for your Sova. Gek's going to go for the duelist pick as well, while he's going to go for that Sova side as more of the recon play. And, well, they're taking their time on the other end, the Kamen Riders. But, maybe double raise. I mean, they go 5 raises. They change something up. Play unexpected Valorant. That's how you get them.
Yeah, the neon here, I'd say very, very standard from the side of Bandits, Breach, Omen, Cypher, all of these very standard picks. And the Sova to round it out, I do like what that the composition sort of brings to the table. It's very good in the mirror matchup. I would say it's definitely a comp that's very good at. It's a comp that does well almost against itself almost. Is the way I would describe that comp. But we see here now the Kamen Riders are going to come down to their picks now. And we see they went double duelist last time. Now they're going for double sentinel. As we saw the Sage and the Cypher come through. The Sage definitely, though, is very interesting. You can get some very interesting angles on Sunset there. With that Sage wall. I don't know if I don't remember off the top of my head if it was on Sunset, but we saw, I believe it was Paper Rex using that Sage wall to great effect. Not as a sort of defensive bastion, but in just using that wall to get on these unexpected off angles.
Yeah, so it'll be a decent setup as well there for the, you're starting on the defensive side. You get those off angles, you get the blocks early on. You don't have a raise against you as well, so there's no real chance for players to get jumps over early, so you can play off that. Wall's going to get destroyed quickly if they're playing too close on one end or the other. And, it can work pretty decent as well, so they switch over to the attack side. But Kamen Riders, their last game here in relegation stage, they're most likely, and well, basically almost 99.5% aren't going to be there for group stages, and it's their last one here. So they're hoping they can put something together, and it starts off pretty well when a Bandits player just disconnects out of nowhere. Swifty out of the round, or at least out of the round for the next 20-30 seconds. So it means Bandits at the moment in a 4v5, and they are short on that end, means that they've got no breach at the moment for any setups.
Yeah, no, hopefully Swifty will be able to get back in. As Gek is just going to push up here now. As Gek is going to find the head of this Sage, and is just going to back out there now.
What?
Larryton now. A wire is there, but he's going to come under a lot of heat very,
I'll
very
do that.
quickly. He grabs
Spike
one, but
down
Gek
A.
is in with the trade. Pyro now slinking through that back line. He's going to find
Spike
one.
planted.
Observers preferring to look at the breach than look at Kyra, the fight that Kyra is taking.
Wait, I can't press.
But the Carmen Riders, no breach, no problem.
Oh no.
Yeah, so a 4v5. Haven't lost a single player, basically, at this point. Technically, well, while he's gone. So it's actually a 3v2 in this instance, but
Where do you
numbers don't seem to be the issue. There are some low HP players, though, so Shoyo and Splatgun have still got an opportunity to maybe get something done here. Time starts to tick away, and now Shoyo's positioning at least was known from the close one there, and this Omen smoke is just holding, waiting. And again, time's just the issue. They need to get someone to tap this one. They're not even going to get a chance, so this one's done, over. Play around, maybe get some exits.
He's
Not
gonna
going to
die.
happen, though, and it's going to be bandits. Everyone perishes, and they will take that round. As we're just going to go into a little tech pause while we recover our breach players. Swifty will make their way back into the lobby, but, well, Cayman Riders, they were given an opportunity. Probably the best one you can ask for when you don't actually have yourself, well, playing against an opposition where it's a 5v4. You get that one there. Doesn't work out for them, though.
No, it does not. Yeah, that Gek, they're just able to make plays, just make a play onto the Sage, goes untraded. And so it's very difficult for the Common Riders to come back in. But yeah, we'll wait for Swifty to rejoin us back here in Sunset, as I'm sure they won't be very long. As yeah, the connection issues, at least for people in Sydney, are very, very understandable at the moment. We had a bit of a I believe they called it like a bomb cyclone or something roll through.
Just a bit of rain.
Yeah, no, it was, they had some weird technical term for it, but the point is high winds, crap ton of rain, and a non-trivial amount of property damage. As I definitely saw trees down in my area, in my neck of the woods. So yeah, definitely still feeling the effects of that particular storm. But it appears that Swiftly has recovered and has rejoined us in sunny Cali as we move now into round number 2.
I'm out of here.
And it's first round on the board.
Take flight.
Looking for this 2-0 this evening, and at the moment just waiting to see if there is going to be any aggression for the defensive side. It's a grouping all outside B main at the moment. Larry is the one remaining at A, and they're going to try and stay alive. They just sneak away from this one. 27 HP. Well, it's actually 14. They go back to see if they can find something. They're gone. The A site completely open. They're not going to rush straight in yet, Bandits, but this should be a spike plant. It's going to be their opposition. The Riders are just starting to make their way down in towards bottom mid. 5v4, limited weaponry and utility. Not much hopes of a retake here, but at the very least take some guns away from the opposition.
Yeah, no, you saw Larry going back for seconds there and is punished big time for doing so. Now we see these players attempting to scale up, and Cairo is going to be found. But the gun is going to be covered. Shoyo, though, could place boiler.
Take this. One enemy remaining.
Yuba takes down one, and
wait.
Yeah. Swifty, though, gets one, gets two. Now the time, an issue. And they're not. Are they going to be able to stick it? It's going to be close, but no cigar. Swiftly there with a clutch. I think had that retake just been coming in a few seconds earlier, those few extra seconds would have given them the time to take the fight cleanly against Swiftly, and might have just handed over that round.
Yeah, fair play to the Cayman Riders. I don't think anyone expected that to happen. Somehow, they almost actually pull it off. And yeah, if they'd just gone a few seconds earlier, they might have been able to snatch that one away. As it stands, Bandits get the round done, but there is not going to be much on this one here for the round together. Shoyo and the two nails just basically pass by each other. Gek's the one that finds the damage and that kill to U-Bud though, so even when they don't have the full buy back in for this one, they're able to get Gek a rifle, already an opener, hanging around this A split, and they've actually got pretty well spread over the ones there, and Larrington play a very, very careful game for this one. Walk on out, could see a kill, but it will be Cairo to go down. They don't expect that. Wilted seeing that placement. It's Larry. Oh, timing's not against Soul. It's actually terribly against them. They still come out with that kill. Shoyo gets Wally. Just like that, they're able to just regroup themselves 4v2. They'll try and hit onto this A site now in Bandits and maybe hope that they can find something here. Splat spray, it's close, doesn't quite find that kill. This round seemingly theirs as Larry finds another 3 in the round. Gek gets on the run. Just try and build up that ultimate a little bit further, but 30 seconds stuck outside here. Everybody's just firing bullets through. There's only one way that this round's ending, and that's with their death. They get one on the way out. The Cayman Riders get their first on the board.
Yeah, their first the bonus conversion not denied by the side of Bandits here, which might be a bit of a confidence boost for the side of the Cayman Riders. As this map, just 3 rounds in, has definitely felt a lot closer than the last one.
And considering this is the map pick as well here for Bandits. Nice start on this side. The ultimate has come out. No, U-Bud, the wall's perfect. We had a chat about the stage at the start of this one, and U-Bud with 3! Absolute shutdown. Gek, I was thinking maybe there's something there as Swifty's gone as well. And just like that, Cairo's going, guys, what on earth has happened? How am I left in a 1v5 with 1:16 left? They get that one. Spike is in hand. Shoyo might give themselves up, but they stay alive for just a little bit younger. This one taps us both. They put down. Shoyo finds the final kill. And what a round there from the Cayman Riders. What a round from U-Bud.
Yeah, no, those Sage walls, and it's definitely as was predicted, those Sage walls used less for the denial of the site take, as the Bandits comp definitely is just perfectly willing to just break down those walls and not giving a damn about them. But getting on that off angle just completely unexpected and gives the Cayman Riders their second round.
And Larry's just pushed into Cairo, and all of a sudden there just seems to be a confidence in the air on the defensive end here. Just waiting for this one. Wilton might get caught. Ooh, completely off guard. Puts down that U-tilt. Think about pushing through it, but they've got good presence up in top mid here. They've already made their way completely through U-Bud. Just going to shut down that door. I think spotted the feet there of Wilted. So they've got some information of what might be happening here as now Bandits get ready to blast in towards this one. Gek leading the way. They're the only one with a rifle. Shoyo trades. So 1, 2, looking for a third. Almost a fourth as well. Swifty falls. And a third on the board now. The Cayman Riders, for the first time this evening, they take a lead in this series. Full bile comeback in from Bandits. Man, Shoyo looking the good so far. They were solid over on the first. Well, I was going to say, actually, didn't really get going on that first map, but they've exploded here. 9 kills, just the 5 rounds so far.
Indeed, Shoyo just in this neon v neon matchup was just very, very important in this game. They're both neons are putting in very, very good efforts, but it's Shoyo who's managed to gain a bit of the edge here. As we see them pushing out of A now, trying to bait out this wing to come through. The stun is out, but Gek, he's heard me, and he's gained to prove me wrong.
It's an aggressive try, and off that, they're going to just hit this one immediately forward. Gex already all the way through mid here. Ubud would need this kill, but Gex got the better angle already. They fly back around the other side looking for more, finally shut down. But in the meantime, over the A side come the others. Swifty, possibly a second wailing from them there as well. He goes to that plan. Sun actually gets ahead of this one here, gets a decent angle. So a 3v2. Larry on the other end. Need to get this kill, but they've got absolutely no idea, surely, about waiting on the other side from Cairo. Hearing that information, they actually go for the location reveals for the ultimate, and while they get it, they go down. And now Sung's left in a 1v3 here. Possibly something they can do, but it's got very tough ask. So many angles to clear. Spike's already ticked towards halfway as well. And angles being held on both sides. Smoke goes down on this one. Tap already spammed through, and while he finishes the round, Bandits respond. Their first buy back in with the rifles, and we're tied at 3 apiece.
Yep, with the Bandits able to just tie this back up, as they're able to, they're able to layer that utility so well, force out an uncomfortable fight for Shoyu onto the side of Gek, and Gek's gonna be Gek will be is able to shut him down. That gives them the A site, and that's all they need to take out that round.
Full rifles for both teams show you they've been very aggressive so far on trying to get something. Mostly it's been an A main section, but now they're stuck out in mid, and now they've got basically no chance. But Ubud, another double up. They have been the savior these last few rounds. They go for the revive. They do get that through, sacrifice for it, but a 4v3. So far into this round, they're staying alive, Shoyo. Oh, they try to get back behind the boxes. They are caught way out in the open. Splat does get wilted, keep that player advantage. And Sun knows that one's hitting. Larry finds Cairo, and Swifty would need to be absolutely miraculous in a 1v3 here. Splat pushing on the other end. They swing on out and get the first, the second. Oh, my lord, the 3K in the round. Oh! Well, Swifty, that is insanity. How do you get away with that? Massive clutch. And the Cayman Riders, it was all there in front of them, and they let it slip through their grasp, and the timeout comes out. It's actually from Bandits. What a round.
No, yeah, just I feel like the coach sort of saw the first half of that round, immediately hit the timeout button, and then Swifty decided to just turn it on and win the round solo for his team. He's able to isolate those jewels, utilizing that triple geometry to just make sure that he's only ever fighting one person at a time. And 3-1 jewels later, he's got the round.
Just so frustrating on the rider side, because all that needs to happen there is they double swing. They go together, but they somehow just allow the 1v1s there just to all happen. And unfortunately, that is, I mean, you can't afford that one. You're already down a map. Massive opportunity here. They did all the right things until basically the last 15, 20 seconds. And now, I mean, the buy's there again. But now the pressure's much more on, because you drop those credits, all of a sudden Bands get themselves up to 5. They've got the presence of mind now. I mean, that's the hype moment. They're thinking, oh, we're dropping this one. Oh, we've got no money into the next. We are in a real bit of strife, but a massive solo play from Swifty. Let's get back in now into round number 8.
There. Go, go, go.
As Wilton has been able to find Ubud real early here. He's going to shut down that Sage early. And Ubud's been turning it on for the Carmen Riders, so losing that Sage is going to hurt.
Ubud's been massive presence. The rounds they've won so far. Larrington tries to get aggressive off this one, but that smoke, the legs reveal. He looks the other way as well. Ultimate pop though from Splat is pretty perfect. They're looking for more. Gek matches the hold though, even together, and they come riding on in. Perfect stuff there from the Cayman Riders. Heads would have been down after that last round, but they respond. Down 5v3 early on, but it's the perfect ultimate from Splat. And we're even again after 8, 4 apiece. You just can't pick this one at the moment.
You cannot. As the Rolling Thunder, that fast retake was just completely unexpected by the side of Bandit. 3 people stunned up, and even though does manage to get a kill through, but I'm gonna have to hold that thought as Bandits are not slowing down in this round.
Kick, push on through, wasn't perfect for it. Oh, it gets awkward for Larry. They're out of the round just like that. Still 4v5. You've got the ultimates ready to go for this one, but oh, well, Wally finds one, possibly almost a double up. Oh, Wally gets sung. So much damage on top of that as well. And they've got the rifles, you two, to get back in here, but they've got to be so careful. They need timing. Sung with the first, second there, blind to the ghost side, and a third for Sung. Wilted wades back. Now it's Cairo. Only a classic. And Sung does the job on the Clove, the 4K to shut it down. It was anything but perfect, but it is enough there. And the Cayman Riders retake the lead 5-4.
Refreshing.
And some of these retakes, some are just the hits towards the side. They've been, what's the word? Chaotic. But
I would
it's working.
I think the word I would have gone for is electric. Just like you never know which way it's gonna go on a lot of these retakes. But in the end, it will be the Cayman Riders who do manage to get to trade out the players and defeat the inferior weaponry of the Bandits. But now with Bandits on a full buy, it'll be a lot bigger of an ask for the side of the Cayman Riders.
Opportunity. The 6-4 build an advantage. This is it, because that's their credit bank. Cairo would basically the only one to next round. The double swing from both sides here. U-Bud all goes up. Larriton has got themselves forward. Oh, they almost had that timing, but Swifty's there to save Wally. And now the A side, that's completely open. Nothing to stop them. Splat is going to try and sneak through here, and he actually does get the timing as the spike being dropped over. Does in the end gets the 1. 3v2. It's least given his teammates an opportunity, but Bandits, they've got the sight, they've got the angles. Surely they get us tied at 5 apiece here.
Yeah, just got to hold down that post plan. Now the Rolling Thunder will be committed. And Gang's gonna get a freebie off of that. The position of Sungjin Goon is now known as the fault line. Not going to find the mark, but time against it. Now double swing to come through. Down the 1. He looks for the second, and that is a clutch. Does he have the time?
They've got that. That is perfect.
And
some more.
Goon clutching it out, able to isolate despite the double swing.
1 enemy remaining.
Yeah, 1v3 in the end there for Sun. That is perfect stuff. Just get the angles. I mean, like, Swifty and Wilted, they're playing that off each other. But the moment Swifty goes down, Wilted's in a whole lot of hurt because they had absolutely no HP to play with. Sun gets it, taps, pulls them back out, gets that defuse, and that is the one they're after. I was going to say, I thought the credits would be a little bit lower, but you can see they're just what they've had to sacrifice when it comes to the armor. A couple of ultimates on the other end as well there in favor of the Cayman Riders, and now massive opportunity for 7. Really good chance to get themselves ahead in this one here. Cairo spotted U-Bud quipping in early. Didn't see the second get in the meantime as they've managed to get their way in towards mid. They haven't really hit B in a while, but now it's fast paced as they look to get on this side the slow. Just as you think it's about to happen, been pushed back from it.
Yeah, the Sage here putting in work, trying to just able to belay that push, and with the Cypher here as well. Bandits are not going to be willing to push that one up. They have managed to find some room towards mid.
Go, go, go.
They show you now getting exploratory, slides through, but Wally's going to be on the good for it. Wilted on the other side. As now the neural theft does come through and is going to reveal the positions of these players. Wilted now looking for the bite. But Sum Jin-goon
Refreshing.
is good
30
for
seconds
it.
left.
The difference maker almost get the swing on Cairo perfectly as well, and they need to stay up. Splatter's got absolutely no HP.
Spike planted.
Demon Riders, this is their round to take it. 2v2. Got the utility and ultimate ready to go as well. And while they're going, it's all left on Cairo. Needs to find it. Hits the rifle. Oh, the string isn't perfect at the first, but they bring that one back. Stay alive. Up and down the pull back in on that side. They go down twice, son. Cairo, it's 2 kills. A third to lock it in. Runs out of bullets. Classic. Oh, 4 HP. Staying with the Phantom. Splat swings, but Cairo holds their nerve.
I always
Massive clutch of bandits there. Great stuff from Cairo.
Enemy remaining.
We're sitting at 6-5 as we enter the last round of what has been a very entertaining first half.
As Cairo, thanks to the ability there of Clove, forced to win three duels in a 1v2. But they are able to isolate them successfully. No double swing able to come through. And holding their nerve with the low bullet count means that they're able to clutch that one out. As Bandits looked to even it up to a 6-6 half time. But the Kamen Riders are surely going to have something to say about that.
I'd love the 7-5 in both teams. It's about realistically the same agents swapping once you do go on that second half. So I don't think either would be incredibly worried at how that's going to work with them. Shoyo, a lot of damage earlier on in this half. They haven't been able to find as much presence. Trying to get out for this side here. Not pushed upon. Staying alive for the time being. It's more from Bandits, just a few bits of util, baiting maybe some switches. They've gotten very aggressive out in towards mids 50. His position spotted, but Sun at the moment is kind of stuck. They don't really commit to it though. They want to stay around A, slowly but surely creeping their way forward. Shoyo's going to be the one on the
30
site.
seconds left.
4 ultimates though. So they've got plenty to use here on the defensive end. As that finally a hit comes in, 20 seconds. Need to get in towards the side for close here, and it's going to be Get completely off guard. Shoyo finds one, looking for more here. Cools out the ultimate. They are shut down though by Wally before they can find anything there. Spike's on the ground, still needs to be planted. 10 seconds. That should go through. That means we're going to be left here in a 4v4 on the retake to end this first half.
Yeah, as it's going to be the Knife of Gek that did come out. But we see now the reveal come through. The Hunter's Fury could be absolutely huge. But now the Kamen Riders have been able to move out and find all of these kills. The Sage Wall, the best Sage Wall you've ever seen, but the gun will get the job done.
I'll say it's all in the brain one there. They're doing
Switching
it so they can
sides.
definitely swing out and get that kill. And we'll say that instead of it being actually a missed wall. But 7-5, Kamen Riders, considering how this one sort of started, Bandits got off solely at the pistol. Again, maybe there was some nerves there after the second round. But yeah, all things considered, Sung, Ubud, Shoyo, all these players stepping up big time. Now we switch to the attacking side and this pistol. They grab that. All of a sudden, you start running with that momentum. And again, Bandits are the one that have the bit of pressure on them. They're trying to lock away a spot in groups. They fall today in this series. All of a sudden, they're playing Edge tomorrow. And they need to win that if they were to drop this one here. And a secured spot in the next stage could definitely be a little bit more awkward as we get ready here. Pistol, start this second half on Sunset. Who's going to try and take the advantage, get us underway.
We see Shoyo's looking through. Just looking to see what he can get done. There's going to be Swifty on the other side. Hopefully we'll stay connected for this for the entirety of this pistol round. The fault line not deployed yet, as they're able to allay this pressure that's coming from the side of B main and Wally. There's a suspicion that the player might be there, but isn't willing to commit to a hold.
So, haven't got massive information yet, but they've got the 3 players are waiting for this one. Wilted is ready to go with that blind the moment they see anything come through there. Larryton We distract a bit in towards mid, and that blind is pretty perfect for Wilton. If they can hit the shots, they don't. Larry gets Wally out in mid on the other side as well. He'll come through on that side. Swifty does shut down any lurk potential, but 4v3, Spike should be planted. Definitely a great opportunity. The ice wall,
Planted.
they've got to be filtered into that one spot there. Cairo throwing that down, trying to escape, trying to get anything. Swifty boosted up. They've been knocked as well. Here comes Gek. If anyone's going to find some shots here, it would be them. And now Swifty, oh dear, Bandits start to swing it slightly. Flash the guy close, it might clear them out there if they don't find these shots. Suddenly, this one, but Swifty comes through with the 3K on the breach. And again, the Cayman Riders, it's been the story of not just this game, but basically the entire relegation stage. So close, but yet so far, they just can't lock in these important rounds.
Yeah, no, just that last duel going astray for the side of Sunging June. Oh, we're gonna ignore how I butchered that, but yeah, just this last duel going astray and not able to close out the round, and that gives Bandits a lot more room to work with in terms of coming back. In terms of, well, I wouldn't say coming back, but yeah, looking to retake control of this game. As we see, Geki is on a stinger for this anti-eco round. Only pistols for the side of the Carmen Riders.
Go, go, go!
This position spotted. They've got 3 all waiting around top mid, so very careful. They want to continue with this one. Here they come. Numbers, though, with these pistols can also work against the others. Swifty trying to get away. Will get that back out, but Wilton's gone down as well. So Swifty 3K in the last round. Needs some more here. Heads presented. Can only get
One enemy remaining.
That sight gone. U-Bud's picked up Wally. It's all on Cairo. What a disastrous round here for Bandits as U-Bud shuts that down as well. Come into that with a couple of upgraded pistols. And Bandits, now they find themselves on the end of what should have been the lock-in for a bonus round coming up. Now they've got no cash there. They're going to have to save at least one of the 2 rounds. What a response there from the Cayman Riders.
Indeed it is, as yeah, they're just able to utilize their superior numbers to shut down the Bandits' attack. Sorry, but shut down the Bandits' defense. I'm tired. As as now we move into a one of those more interesting rounds economically.
Oh.
As Swifty is looking to send it the other way.
I was going to say, I mean, they did it, the Riders squad, with pistols last round. They've got to be very careful because the Bandits are very skilled to find these kills if presented to them. Sung and Splat, though, managed to weave themselves back up there. Wilton. Oh, wow, he's got that pick up the rifle, and all of a sudden 2v2. Spike out in the open.
Go, go. I got Spike.
This becomes a little bit of an awkward one here. And going down, spam through, delays it for just another second. Gek hasn't found a rifle just yet, but Wilted on the opposite side of this one. Larry trying to get in close, but then Gek's repositioned, and now Shoyo blind, trying to stay towards the back here. They've been knocked back as well, trying to stay alive. They stay towards the spike, get that kill. They need the second one here. Play around the corners. Wilted looking to clutch this one up the Bandits. Surely we don't have swings back and forth to start this one. Taking the time around the boxes. Beautiful from Shoyo. It's not clean, but the scoreline still reads 9-6. Bandits, oh, the fact they almost somehow clutched that round back, mostly off the back of some beautiful wilted kills. Well, again, we breathe this. So this map, this game especially, it's been all over the shop.
I think I'm gonna call that one the Neon Dance, because yeah, Shoyo just identified his opponent was on a sheriff, and he just made it as difficult as, and he would most likely need to hit the headshot to win the duel. So he just made it as difficult as possible for that to happen. As now Wally has been caught with his pants down by the side of Shoyo. Wilton is in with a trade onto Larryton, but a quick exchange of blows early in the round.
Right here.
Leaves it in that 4v4 as the pace just slows back down a little. to your presence in mid. Wilton's got that information. There's no one close to A at the present time, so they've got a decent cross angle for that one. If anyone just dares go back on that other side. See that U-Bud's sort of heading in that direction. They're thinking maybe that A split. They're thinking possibly pushing up a bit further into the mid side, but off that fall back. Seems like A is where they want to head. Wilton by themselves at the moment. Get rotated back towards in spawn. Now slowly making their way back to A, but depending on the timing, I don't know if they'll really have an opportunity to do too much here. Rotations are going to be a fair way away, so Wilton needs an opener, needs to find some damage here. Head is presented, starts to make their way away, just teleports out there. Now the rotation's quickly over. They'll have the 2 set there. U-Bud gets slurried back up. 5v4, 20 seconds. Now the time becomes an issue. They need to get the site, the plant, but they need to get rid of Gek up here, who's just playing close. This side, swing in, finds the first. That's the spike dropped as well. 11 seconds. They've got to go retrieve that. And there's 3 players waiting on the other end. Now they need to find kills. Gek's the one hitting them though. The double up on that end. Spike's being planted. I think there's maybe just enough time for that one. Less than half a second. Gek's got 4. And now we're left in the 2v2 clutch.
As the fast lane is going to, as the fast lane now comes through, the overdrive though, Gek sends it forward. He used to grab the first, and Swifty grabs the second. As if I was a Kamen Rider fan there, I would be clutching my heart because my god did they leave that one to literally the last second.
One enemy remaining.
Rude from Swifty as well. They stole the 6k from Gek there. That's something you don't see very often, but with the revive bit that came through, I mean, Gek 13 and 15 going into that round has now jumped to kill leader up there with Sung. Bandits come through with that round there. Big one locked in. Rifles now. Both sides. Shoyo's got their ultimate. So they're just going to play with that one with a classic on side, and the overdrive comes in, and just like that does the damage to clear out. And Wilton's got to be so very nervous of what's coming towards him from both sides. And just like that, pace, quick change, and the A side taken. Spike will be planted, and a 4v3 is going to be needed here from Bandits. The setup to start to come in. Gek gets themselves in the corner. Shoyo reading that perfectly. They should get that kill, and they do. Decay will leave them pretty low in the corner, but U-Bud, they deal with Wally. This round's done. They need something here, Bandits, and they might still have a chance here as Wally curts that one out there. Cairo swings on in. A second from Cairo, and now a 1v1. Sung playing close side. The Spike's still got plenty of time as well. Cairo can play this one as well as if he gets this smoke down. Needs to tap, bring this one forward if he gets this angle on Sung, and he gets it 4 HP. Defuse will come on through, and Bandits, 2 close rounds, but when they needed someone to step up, they have. This time it's Cairo. It's back to just a 1-round difference.
As these Bandit players seem to be at their best when they've got minimal bullets in their chambers, absolutely cool and calm under pressure. And so Cairo's able to find the headshot there, bring that round back. As now it's 9-8, and Bandits, it's still very back and forth, but they're not out of it yet.
As for this round, not much to work with. A very nice dart there. The location revealed of 4 players on the Riders squad. The aggression they had in A. On the other end for Bandits, they're able to kick this one forward. Off that, they've re-rotated everyone up through mid. Wilted making their way across. Got to be very careful with this one, though, because there are a lot of players on the other end, but they get that kill. Sung dropped down, and now Shoyo's got to go chasing. They get themselves all through top mid, but they don't really have presence to get themselves into the site just yet, and Larry has deleted the smoke. Serves nothing. Shoyo, though, afraid of at least one back here. If U-Bud gets the timing, and all of a sudden, U-Bud, Cairo goes down. Somehow it swings in a matter of seconds, 3v2. Now Gek and Wally left to pick up the pieces. Gek, not opportunity for the one here. Trades that back, and a
planted.
second would be
Last
perfect.
player
It's not
standing.
there. The Sova is left in a 1v2, and they're pushing on top of them. And Wally can find nothing. Shoyo's up to 20. And the Cayman Riders get themselves to double digits. They're on 10. And what a swing back in that round. Off the back of some nice share of shots from you, Bud. They're up to 18. They are having a fantastic game on that Sage.
Yeah, you bud just finding the heads so easy, just so easily, opening up that B site, and that clutch not allowed to come through. You saw the discipline of the Cayman. You saw the Cayman Riders playing very, very disciplined, making sure that the person who was swinging out onto the last one had someone ready to trade. And so they move up now to a 10-8 lead, as Bandits look to try and claw another one back.
Let's go!
He's not there, but Gek flying on in. The setup is perfect for them to find the first. Second's not going to be there, but they get away from those close ones, and they're just going to be really careful here, the Cayman Riders. They've got the weaponry, they've got advantages in basically everything, but can't allow themselves to be caught off guard here. Larry would love to find this kill to Cairo. He does. A second possibly coming up here. Swifty's position, no. And he gets Gek as well. But oh, Wally! Oh no,
down
the
mid.
double! We saw a double last round from you, but that's been returned in kind, this time from the Sova Bandits. Swing that one straight back. They're on the site with Larry here. But Sung's getting across. The rotation's already pretty close. But now this is a really awkward situation for them. We're thinking a 4v3. It's a 3v2. And they're the ones that are working against it here as this one comes through. And they've read this one. Wally Close is doing the damage and distractions on this end. And Swifty, they're not expecting that one. Almost the double. And Sung is called into a 1v2. Have to get the spike down. 15 seconds. They tap. See if anyone comes out. Doesn't happen. And now the commitment.
seconds left.
Wilton and Wally will start to make their way in together. Just need to trade, but they don't find it, and Sung has themselves the advantage. Wally had 2 massive kills with the Sheriff. Now they need to do it. They've got the rifle in hand, but the HP's low. Sun holds the angle. Wally just looks to walk on through, and if they do that, into the ground they'll fall. Sung with the clutch up, 24 kills.
Enemy remaining.
And the Cayman Riders,
No peeking.
I don't think anyone was expecting this. 11-8, they are closing in on possibly taking this map and pushing us towards a third.
Yeah, Sung has, he's just able to use the smoke to isolate the fights.
Yes, this should do.
And that'll give them their 11th round. As I think the side of the Cayman Riders want to bring us to a map 3. And if they keep that up, they'll be well on their way to doing that.
So much now on this round here for Bandits. This needs to come through. Full buy-in. Be nothing into the next if they drop it. The dream would be alive for the Cayman Riders. Yet to secure a win, yet to secure a map in this relegation stage. So this would be a massive ball over if they can take it here. Gek and Larry. Position spotted. Spray from both ends. No damage done. We tick into 50 seconds now. Slowly making their way in towards this A space. Some shots fired. Rotations will start to come over. Bandits have definitely got enough here to hold it. Wilted. And some massive plays from them. Blind, they hold it for just a second. Allow that one to come in, but then they swing. Then they find you, Bud, the spray. Spike. The very least should be planted, but they need to get a kill back to even numbers up. They do. Sun gets that. Wilted on the other end as well. Larry playing close. They don't read that one there, but then the others are perfect there as Sun finds clues. The breach ultimate as well, doing the job. The damage, Splat finds it. Swifty trying to swing one back. He's low. Gek from behind. Could do massive damage here because a few of these players not doing it. Gek now in a 1v3. needs to find something for this one here. Heads to be presented. They're going to get some bit of damage. They can't find the first immediately. Swing it back on, but the spike, it's so low. They need to push in and swing on 2 here and might have it, but Shoyo stays calm. Once again, it's close as anything. But the Cayman Riders, they're 12, the 4 map points presented for them. And Bandits, they've called the timeout, but it might just be too little, too late here.
Yeah, no, the trade finally comes through in one of these clutch situations. And so it's going to be Yo-Yo putting Gek down to secure that match point round. And we're just 1 round away from heading to a map number 3.
And this has been, from the Cayman Riders, fantastic from them. I mean, they could have rolled over. You'd lose the first map 13-6. You're technically out of this relegation stage. You don't particularly have a lot of to play for except pride. But man, I mean, Sung, Shoyo, Yuba, just huge performances. Larry and Splat have done the work that needs to be done. And on the other end, I mean, look, Gek again has played well. Swifty, Wilted, Kara. It's just they're missing those couple of moments, man. It's especially these last few rounds. The attacking side has been good. They've played aggressive. They've played patient. And it's worked out in their favor. And a lot of these rounds are now 4 opportunities to try and send us to map number 3 here.
Indeed. Fair. Point. Gek is going to push forward. He's going to be able to find 1 now. Able to back off.
Kill my allies.
The Sage Slow trying to discourage the push forward.
In the end, the revive keeps it in this 5v5 position, and now they want back in to be here, the Cayman Riders. They are not being scared off from that one. Shoyo, he can grab that orb as well. That's an ultimate. That's a chance to fly onto the site. Larry,
There.
by themselves completely, and I think spotted as well. If they can find kills, at least 1, that's enormous. That is massive. Camera up close should reveal at least 1 in the corner there as well. Haven't quite activated into the B site just yet. But you can see Wilted is thinking about what's going to happen here. Larry's going to play this one time in towards the control room. And Wilted needs to find some shots. It's a Guardian, so they need to be tapped. 30 seconds. They've taken their time. The rotations are a long way away for the others. As Shoyo comes bounding on in. They clear out close. Wilted's decayed. Splat's found Gek, and now Bandits. Surely there's no way they get into this round now. We are looking at a third as Swifty falls, and now Wilted and Wally, the 2 W players, all that's left. And they would need something absolutely miraculous, and now Wilted's position known. Will be able to teleport closely out. Oh, he's missed there for a second. It was a second, and that's all they get. Shoyo with the final kill. And 13-8, we are going to map number 3.
Map number 3 on the cards, as the Cayman Riders, despite a very rough map 1, are able to bring it back, and it's due to that man at the top of your screen there. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because we should butcher it again. The Clove able to go insanely well. Get those clutches off. And yeah, that's a 13-8 over to the side of the Cayman Riders. As you said earlier, they're looking to play spoiler to the Bandits and their top 2 position.
Yeah, this is, well, they're made to work for it here, Sung, as you said, 27-338, the combat score. It was you, Bud, as well. I was getting, like, the first Buds are split, but the 4 they got is on that's the other side with the Sage. On the other end, Gek, 7. They went 25-20, did all they could, but just did not have the help in the end from their teammates when it came to the kill department. And, well, the third is where we're heading. Guys, we will go to a quick little break. When we come back, the decider will be there. Bandits, are they going to secure the top 2 spots tonight? Or will Cayman Riders get their first win of relegation and force Bandits to wait for day 5 tomorrow? We'll be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a nice little break there. I know that everyone here has had a quick 5-minute nap just to get themselves ready and raring for our final map here of the evening. Bandit Esports Club and the Cayman Riders locking in here for what should be a fascinating map number 3. Bandits, they secure this win. They are going to be looking at a top 2 spot and a place in the group stages. On the other end, the Cayman Riders, they can definitely play spoil sport and make Bandits possibly wait that one extra day. But, Atro, I mean, we probably weren't expecting this one to even go all the way to the 3 maps. Looking at basic match history, Cayman Riders had been pretty up and down recently in games and just haven't been able to find what they were hoping for. But
Yeah.
to their credit, took the second map and they've got the momentum going into the last year.
No, yeah, they've managed to bounce back from that from the loss in map 1 and brought down the side of Bandits on that Haven pick. I think especially with the help of Ubud Sage, I think I want to point out as a big power point for them. Just able to get on those off angles and secure them a couple of rounds that help swing the game in their favor. Now we're moving on to Haven. I will say there's probably a bit less room for that sort of Sage trickery, but we'll see if they've got something else up their sleeves that they want to bring out against Bandits.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And for Bandits, I mean, first time they've sort of been under pressure in this relegation stage. Their first 2 wins that they've had in the 3 days that we've had of the plays, they've looked pretty solid. Haven't been pushed too much. A couple of close ones here and there, but they were just basically outdone in that last map. They switched to Haven now. They're going to be
Yeah.
starting on the defensive. They've got an opportunity to maybe right the ship early. They get the pistols, maybe look to make their way through on that side. I think Neon is possibility for both ends. Show looked pretty solid on that side. And look, Ubud's clicked on that Sage there as we go into the agent select. Doesn't mean that's going to actually happen, but definitely a possibility. Again, or maybe we just look. I like the 4 Neons. Ubud just plays off on an Omen side. Yeah, I think that 5 there. I think that's what they need. That should help them easily take this one.
Yeah, as we see, I believe from the side of Bandits, it might be the Yoru ISO. I believe it was Fnatic that popularized this comp, and don't be fooled by the double duelist official sort of the tag you would give that sort of comp. I would rate Yoru is more played as an initiator here, trying to use that the ISO wall, whose name eludes me at the moment, contingency, I believe it's called, and whatnot, to get those good flashes in to sort of partially take the place of what might traditionally be a breach on this composition, but also provide a lot of information through that dimensional drift and through that fake out.
Well, agents locked in, and we've got some similar ones across the board on both end. Couple of changes here and there. You look to the Omen, you look to the Sova, the Cypher, and then the switches are you going to breach there for Sung, Neon for Shoyu, Gek is going to pick up Yoru, and Swifty is going to play on towards that ISO. But, well, here we stand. One last map for this evening, a chance for Bandits to lock in the group stage. Can they put this through? Can they secure it? The pistol doesn't decide the map in any sense, but it will at least give one of these teams some momentum to work their way into this first half. We saw it, well, from the side of the Cayman Riders, work perfectly for them after they were actually able to, well, considering they lost the pistol to start the second half, swung it the other way, but their attacking side was great. And now they get the chance to continue on here on Haven, the 3 sites as well. Requires quick rotations, it requires strong holds on a defensive end, and it can easily be broken apart. But here we go. 9 seconds and counting. Let's get away. Let's get started here for map number 3.
Go, go, go! Gotta go!
Show you immediately straight in. Plant's going to happen. Cairo does get U-Bud in the meantime, but hey, 10, 15 seconds, you take that one. Just like that. Utility kept on both ends, so good for the defensive side. Decent as well on the other end. They're very deep in. This is where you get the cameras up and you'll be able to put down a couple of those smokes to maybe tap. But in essence, they've got to start charging in from this side. They've got to really get aggressive out towards main and find these picks. The tap there from Cairo initially. There's a flank as well coming on the other end. And there's a few caught up close here. Wilted does put down Splat though. Now they start the defuse. They sort of know the position. Shoyo finds one. Trying to go for the reload. Doesn't happen. Larry on the other side as Gek puts in. And Gek finds himself 3. As Larry was trying to make their way in to stop that defuse, doesn't happen. And while they allow the plant, the perfect start there for Bandits. Good response after the map loss. Now, they've got enough for the buy that comes in for the first side of
One
things.
enemy
Yeah.
remaining.
Black plant means you see a couple of sheriffs come out. Well, I say you don't expect much from the Cayman Riders. And some stranger.
Look what happened when we did that last. But look what did happen when we did that last map.
Exactly.
As yeah, definitely not. You definitely don't want to count them out just yet.
Gotcha. My camera is destroyed.
But we see now Bandits moving up onto this bonus as they're able to close out that pistol. So you're going to break the wire. Not much else to happen early on in this map.
I'm out of here.
Again, it's going to be this play into the B site. And again, possibly the plant here at least going down. Tapped once. Wilton takes away Shoyu, so the duel was done. Larry, though, does find Gek in the meantime.
Spike
And even when
planted.
you do have the weaponry in your favor, you still have to be very careful of this one. They know where Larry's most likely sitting. Take their time with this one. Couple of players as well. A bit low for Bandits to make their way in. They're hearing sounds. They're spraying through. A reload comes through. The shock dart and Splat the double with a classic right click. Cairo needs to respond. Finds themselves one, but they've got so many angles to try and find with themselves and Wilton. Pushing through. Ubud on the other end. Cairo hits that. Now the defuse through. Gets towards half, and Cairo is doing the damage. Make it 4. Jumping classic right click. And Bandits, it ain't pretty, but they get the second. Great stuff in the end there. Coming out as Cairo's got themselves up to 5 just like that.
Yeah, no, Cairo coming out here and saving the round. The low health bars on the side of the Cayman Riders proving to be fatal. As we see the jumping right click of the classic, and man, I wish my classic did that.
I think that's the most damage I've ever seen a classic do from both sides. I mean, Splat got a collateral with a right click. That's actually insane. And those players, they had pretty much full body armor for most of them. So, hey, yeah, sometimes funny things just happen.
Indeed they do, but we now move into the Bandits bonus here as they're probably not, as they're not going to have a lot of in the way of guns on the board just due to the way that last round went. We'll have to see what they can make work here as Gek is looking towards sewers.
Yeah, the Guardians, the rifles they've got available. Gek, very sharp aimer and proves my words correct straight away. You, bud. Blink and you miss that one for them. They're gone. Rotations had already come away from A, and the C side is basically where they're going to have to hit now because Wilted Smoke holds them off. But Bandits, they're reading this very well. And if Wally gets that information of at least a couple there, the target hit on top of that. And while they don't have the huge amounts of weaponry, the
30
amount of
seconds
time
left.
that's just delayed. Larry needs to find something here, but he's got 2 angles to work with. He does find one. The second, Larry activates, trying to come up close. Larry with 3. I don't know if he quite spotted the back one of Wally. Doesn't matter. And Larryton, that's the man that needed to come through, and it happens. Cairo in a 1v4 now, Guardian in hand. And while their position is now going to be known, there's no way in hell that they're going to find anything else here except a whole lot of bullets flying towards their head. Get some exits, force some buys into the next round, but Shoyo is not going to allow it. The Cayman Riders' rifles come out, and it's a good response there. Because, it got a little awkward there, considering they lost the opener. Numbers were there for Bandits. But it's Larry who comes through in the clutch.
My ultimate is ready.
Yeah, no, Larry
One
comes
enemy
up
remaining.
huge here for the side of the Cayman Riders. Finding so much there. It is the bonus though. So Bandits not expected to win that one, and they'll have a good buy coming into this next round. We'll have to see what their play is to lock out the Cayman Riders on this full buy.
Take flight.
Again, early presence is towards A. Wally. They do get that information.
Portal
That
closed.
close player and Ugun, they're the only one at A main at the moment. Spike is starting to make their way over. 3 players waiting here. This time they've got the rifles. We do wonder if they're going to commit to this one. Gek, flash goes out, looking towards water. They find one. Can fall away off that one as well. 50 seconds. They don't have to commit to this one on A, but it feels like it might just happen. Shoyo thinking about it, and Wilton gets Larrington. This is all falling to pieces at the moment. Ubud at least gets the one straight back onto Swifty. It was actually the span through the wall bit there. Wally, though, swings out with a double perfect. And now Shoyo, we need something incredibly special here at a 1v4. Gek isn't even going to allow them to find the first. And Bandits respond straight away when the rifles come out for themselves. Back to that 2-round advantage, 3-1. And that A main just didn't really seem to be an alternative after those first drops. They didn't even think about a rotate there.
No, yeah, they just appear to almost get stun locked as their first push sort of almost fell to pieces rather quickly. And so there was no response to come through, and so Cayman Riders now move up to a 3-1 lead. But still a good buy for the side of the Cayman Riders. But a very important round for them to win, lest they want to go into dire economic straits once more.
Larry and Swifty inches from each other. Larry is well aware. Oh, but spots Gek, and that's actually perfect timing because Swifty can then just swing on and get the easiest of kills.
I'm out of here.
Whipping it gone. Now they'll change their sights over towards A. Ubud swung on out. Actually does get that kill on the other end, so that's not too bad. Actually, the distraction played on A. They can continue into a B or a C if they want to, but they're going to be joining their Omen. If Ubud can just hold down here, it's perfect for them. In fact, they might even just swing out for the B site. And now they
30
have to be
seconds
worried
left.
because Ubud is distracting. He's just holding for the time being. But as I say that, now the spike's still heading towards A. So Splat coming on over. Only waiting for this one. This has to go through, and this becomes a little bit of an issue here because the time is against them, but just when you think of it, Show sees it. Spike will be planted. Gek is gathering that information with a dimensional drift. Get back down towards water. Swing their angle. Going to be delayed for a little bit longer, but it looks like a decent area here. 4v3 on the retake. Can they hold this one down, the Riders?
As now Cairo comes through and he's going to find one. The neural theft now to come out. The forced repositions. But they're able to just use the... But there's just so much information. But the information means nothing if you can't find those shots. And the Cayman Riders are going to take that very important round.
Yeah, massively important considering the buy they would have had if it dropped, but it comes through. And it was basically just delay, play, and all you have to say, Ubud is the difference maker there. If they don't get that pick over at A to begin with, the round's basically done because they did lose that opener 5v3. All of a sudden, players are sort of spread out. They have to choose between B or C, but just the presence to hold on A, they get everyone back across on that end. But Wilton is going to respond huge to begin with. Ubud does get it straight back, 4v4, just like that. The B site, fair bit of damage exchanged early on. They won't go too fast off that. Well, in the meantime, just the Sheriff, but Jason's presence forward. decide to continue off it. And now a regroup here. The Cayman Riders. They might be walking straight towards Wally at the moment. Who again thinks about holding.
Got the spike.
Ball's a bit further back and now deep on the side. And they've got the double up here for it. And a rotation is pretty close in Cairo. We're being flashed off here. They might call an early rotate, 50 seconds, and they are starting to really pick up the pace here.
We see now as we see the overdrive now to come through. And that shield isn't going to be able to. That shield isn't going to do much against the Neon. You Bud have managed to find Wally. As now the neural theft from the side of the Cayman Riders comes through. Swifty. We bait it to be pushed back by that by the recon bolt. Trade comes in. And the Cayman Riders are gonna be the ones who close out the round.
That they are, 3 apiece, just like that. We're all tied up. The rifles on board for everyone, but the Cayman Riders, they've got that credit bank in their back pocket. Ultimates about the same. Bandits have the 1 extra. Always Swifty and Wilted with theirs. Sung and Splat on the other side. So we could be seeing a couple of the Hunter's Furies this round. Maybe a Rolling Thunder. If they play a Rolling Thunder here on A, it could be a quick presence here. Swifty. To get that ultimate through on that side. Doesn't happen there. Speaking of the Rolling Thunder, well, actually, I should say the Hunter's Fury. While he pops that very early, I think he did. No, in the end, he didn't hit one. I thought he did. Doesn't happen. So a little bit of a waste, and Larrington then absolutely punishes them early into the B main hit. Early on, they were just continuing their presence in there to go for the quick spike plant, but they don't need to this time. Bandits are spread thin. Just the 4 players now. Gex thinking about getting aggressive. He needs to try and find that kill if he goes forward off that. And Wilted is all by their lonesome if they continue with this speed trend. But again, grouping back up. And it looks like 55 seconds. They are going to go in towards this A hit.
Gex will be there to meet him, but he's got a lot of work to do. He's going to use the gate trash to duck out quickly. And we'll see if they can use we'll see if they can clear him out.
I'm out of here. Shortcut.
Larry on this flank. That could be absolutely pivotal. There's one coming the other side. Show just hits that. And now Gek, they're in water. They need at least one. They don't find any. U-Bud's gone there. That's the round. And Cairo is going to be absolutely caught off guard. Wilted's back all the way in attacker's spawn. And there is absolutely nothing they can do. A flawless, perfect attacking round there from the Cayman Riders and Bandits. That is credits right in the bin.
Yeah, Bandits now might be in dire economic straits. As we'll have to see how their financial situation is going after this. A Vandal to be saved over will help bolster it a bit. But forced onto a low buy just after your enemies take the leaders. Hold that thought, the push is coming through, and even the Vandal is going to be denied.
Yeah, that's nothing. So, a couple of slight upgrades. That is the 5 Sheriffs. Which, definitely can do some damage, but nothing found out of that round. While his Hunter's Fury didn't find the damage or locations. And in the end, I thought they would use the Rolling Thunder Splat as well. They had theirs one set up, but there was just no need. They found the kills. They found the angles. The 1v1s all fell in their favor. And now, Bandits, what can they do on just some Sheriffs? Cairo gets some information pretty decently early that it's a lot of presence towards C. Off that, maybe some forward aggression from the defenders. They know they've got to go forward. They know they've got to find something, and Wilted gets nothing. All he finds is U-Bud on that Vandal, who might have themselves a second here as well. Clearance done, 5v3 just like that. The C hit can start to flow in towards this as Larry's got themselves more kills. Gek gets 1, U-Bud's got 3, and Swifty.
Spike planted.
Well, there's a Bulldog there, but there's not much that's going to be heading their way, you'd have to imagine. They do see Sung's rifle head, and they get that kill there. But that's all they'll find. Splat shuts it down. The Cayman Riders, that's 4 of the last 5 now. And they are starting to, well, I should say 5 of the last 6. They've taken advantage. They have taken the momentum. And Bandits, again, this is an awkward situation. I mean, 4 buys back in, but credits are low. You drop this, 6 on the board, 7 starts to build up. The possibility of a 9-3 against them is very much on the cards if they can't find anything on the defensive side here.
Yeah, no, this round all important for the side of Bandits to not lose control of this half, as you said.
Go, go, go!
As Shoyo is going to go exploring towards long and see what we see what he can find.
Wow.
As what he can find is a headshot. So
Larry and Ubud, the last 2 rounds, they're just seeing their shots out of the Cayman Riders. Oh, and I was going to say, Wilton, if Shoyo had their weapon out, there would have been another kill there. Ubud creeps forward. They've got no idea, not even thinking about it at the moment, Wilton. It's going to get hit. This was a full buy. They're not going to find anything. Flawless. Cayman Riders are just all over Bandits Esports Club. They have got no response. And the gun round, I mean, that is worst case scenario. And the Cole, I'm going to say, decent time to call a timeout here because, well, this is getting very, very awkward for them.
yeah, no, the game just slipping out of their grasp, and this is the time for the coach to step in, calm down, try and calm down the players and see what can be done. Making sure that the players keep their heads screwed on straight and determine and start finding those win conditions that have eluded them so far.
Yeah, this is... I mean, look, the panic's not quite set in yet. And again, you don't want to be in that situation where you're thinking about that at all. But I mean, just off that last round, that was a full buy. They try the aggression on the defensive end, which, you know, you've got to try something different with the full buy round. You do it on the ones we got the half buy, fair enough. But the fact they get nothing and that just the C site itself was just taken without, again, no ultimates used. Again, the utility's pretty decent in, but they're just finding these 1v1s. There's no trade potential. There's just no seemingly good communication. Again, it's like you look what there, Wilted is just trained onto that C towards the backside, not even thinking about anyone jumping up in the window. So they need something. They need a presence. They just need a moment just to wake themselves back up here.
Indeed, they do. Now we see the push coming in towards towards the C site,
I'm out of
and
here.
perhaps this is the pace change that the side of looking for. As I'm gonna have to hold my tongue because that's not what they were looking for.
Oh, Wilson, a little awkward. Some decent sheriff shots in the end. Plan's not even done at that point, and you know they lose a fair amount. They buy back in, but they've got credits. It's full. Like it's not a worry there. They're fine for the rest of the half at this point. Cayman Riders. That's 7. If they can win out another gun round here, that 9-3, you could almost just about lock it in. And then you have to look towards what's happening with Bandits. Again, Gex the top of the scoreboard. They have been on the duelist throughout. They've been good. They've been finding those pieces that they need the 1v2s or they need the damage. It's there. But they need the rest of their teammates to start following alongside with them. Cairo's up there. Wilton, Molly, Swifty needs some kills. So look at Ubud and Larry, 20 kills between them, just looking fantastic. And now, finally, I was going to say the Rolling Thunder hadn't particularly been used at all. That's been held on to for so long, and now the Hunter's Fury as well. Plant will start to go down. We are going to be left here in the 5v5 on a retake.
As the kill contract is going to be issued, Swifty going to pull up Ubud. This duel is very important, but Swifty loses it.
Finally, though, Cairo and Gek activate, and now it's just Shoyo. Bandits get a little bit going through. Didn't look like it started off that well, but they needed to step up. They needed the retake done, and they do lock it in. Everyone does their little piece there. And they stop a string of 6 rounds in a row. And look, considering where it's sitting, 5-7, that's not the worst in the world. Cayman Riders would love to get up to that 8. The Bandits, something to work with, but just stopping that momentum.
Right here.
Stopping the 6. Couple of ultimates in the last round. A full buys there. Very interesting to see how this one will end up.
Yeah, the bleeding has been stemmed. They've got to try and work back in now. So the question becomes, what are they going to do
I'm out of here.
on their defensive half? We can't talk about that because Joyo's been lit up like a
Spike
Christmas
down,
tree
B.
by the wire.
Oh,
Just
dear.
gets taken down.
Oh, bud, they weren't actually aware of these transported across. Gets damaged, not the kills. And what happened with Shoyo going through is they lost the spike. And whoa, wow, Bandits. Couple of really nice last rounds here as Larrington. His position is known. He's not getting out of this at all. And Kyra gets that, and that's what they needed, a flawless. They attempted a fast B to try and get a plant down to try and play off that one. Falls completely flat, and we end at 7-5, and Bandits just swing the momentum slightly back towards themselves. And if they can work the pistol here, 7-7 will be looking like it's going to happen very quickly.
Indeed it will. But this pistol, very, very important for both sides. As we'll have to see what these defensive ideas from the side of the Cayman Riders will be.
Seems a lot of aggression towards the B main site there. They are just all out in mid. And they're about to knock down Wally. That was the spike as well. It has stayed in window, and Wilted gets that trade back, but then Shoyo pushes through. They can fall off that one. And this is a hard recovery, even though it has stayed in window. They've still got to most likely swing out a little bit to grab it. Swifty attempting to do that. They have grabbed it. Wilted, though, position known. Close in the corner. Won't be able to be jumped on there. So we just reset. We settle 4v3. Where do Bandits go from here?
It's the player advantage for Cayman Riders. The undercut's going to come through, but Ubud clean with that Sheriff, and Swifty's just unable to move through, to move in for the trade. The pressure from window just too great. Forced now to back off. They're running over
30
towards
seconds
A,
left.
but look who's here to greet them with open arms.
Cho's got this information. They just have to run up, hope they can get that kill, and they do. So Spike will go down. Bandits, there is an opportunity here. It's been a little bit overplaced, this pistol. 3v2, Spike is there. If Ubud goes down, they have in position, but now they know where this one is. Swifty, all the shoulder was spotted, and Ubud just swings on in. Wasn't heard. Swifty needs a clutch. We've seen a few for them on previous maps. Oh,
I had a job to do, so I did it.
And
very,
Swift-
very low or slow start to this one, but that is what they needed. And Bandits steal a pistol there.
Yeah, no, that is
One
just
enemy
what the
remaining.
doctor ordered for the Bandits. As Swifty able to control
enemy
the spray,
remaining.
get the transfer, and the double tap on their head means the round goes over to Bandits, and they're not out of this game yet.
Show me a target.
Needed the pistol. They find it. Swifty. What a clutch up that was. Now, all of a sudden, Cayman Riders, for all the good work they did in that first half, 3 rounds lost in a row, and that lead they'd built up just about disappeared. Ubud trying some aggression in mid. Camera spots them, and they'll have to fall back. Still actually get that kill. Wilted will get the trade. 4v4. Sheriffs, though. Chario and Larry still have them.
Got the spike.
Damage can be done. Larry Oh, would they clear close? I don't know if Pyro's thinking if he does, but doesn't matter if he's thinking it when Larry's just taking heads. That's 2. Spots the 3rd as well. Tries to get themselves back towards the C site. They stay alive for the time being, but Swifty should know there's no way he gets anything else. They shut him down, but 3v2. This is a little awkward now. They're going to just push this one to the C side. You've got a couple up close. The knock-up is perfect. Splat puts it down. And now once again, it's all left on the Swifty. This time, there's no heroics. The Thrifty from the Cayman Riders. Massive response. And Bandits, that's worst case scenario. Credits in the bin. The work they put in to bring it back. It should be out to a 6-9 again. But let's not call it just yet, because they've got sheriffs, and we keep seeing what sheriffs up against rifles seem to do.
Yeah, no, it's a bit of a thrift shop. No, that's a bad analogy. Yeah, just lots of thrifties coming through for the side of for both sides, not just one. And yeah, these hero plays coming through, but so far it's been Cayman Riders who've been able to get out on top of the kill contract. Once more being issued onto Larryton.
Numbers are 5, but Larry still wins it, and well, this hit has fallen pretty dead. Cairo at the very least gets 1, and a second with a classic. Oh, hang on, Phantom picked up. Spike is heading its all way to A here. There is an opportunity the Bandits could steal this right back, and the fact that Cairo gets that done, oh, with the, oh, I was going to say, they almost get taken down, but they're essentially locked into heaven. Oh, if they don't make that jump down, but 22 HP, it's going to fall onto Wally, and if they go down, then all of a sudden Cairo 1v5, or would be the ace if they clear all of them up. Oh my lord, surely not. 22 HP in a trap. Oh my lord, they find it. New bot of the defuse, holding. Cairo's not thinking, they're still there. And for all the work they do, the ace, it's not the round. Oh, that would have been so special. The Bandits, it's not there at the very least, though. They force full rebuys, but what a round that comes through from Cairo. But then the nerve of you, but to hold that as well.
No, yeah, excellently played from both sides, but in the end, it is U-Bud holds their nerve despite the spray coming through. And that's what gives the side of the Cayman Riders their 9th round. And this upset has gone from a hope and a dream to a real possibility at this point.
How did we get here? Well, it's been off the back of shots like that. Shoyo, Cairo ripped from this round. There'll be no heroics this time. And it's the full buy here. This needs to work for them. Because if this gets to 6-10, you're giving up 11, but they're just not winning these 1v1s. There's no chance of trades. Swifty, Wally, and Gek will have to do it all, and Gek, they've been very quiet for a while now. After 2 fantastic maps, they need something here. They need to find an opener at this A site. Sung, they're playing together. It allows Gek a possibility, but it's just not happening for Bandits at the moment. And just like that, it's all on Wally in a 1v5. They've already been knocked up on that side, almost blinded as well. Shoyo finishes it off, and how's that? Flawless. The Cayman Riders, the possibility is almost a reality now. They're just 3 rounds away from possibly taking this map and the series.
Yeah, we see now it's a broken buy from the side of Bandits, but they have to, because they can't afford to give up any more rounds.
Yes, this should do.
The Stingers, though, they can be absolutely deadly. So we'll have to see what they're able to do with them.
Oh, they can get this one here. Larry needed one. It doesn't happen. Now Splat, they're in a real world of hurt, and this is exactly what they were looking for, Bandits. They forced those buys, and now they are all over the A site. They know where U-Bud is. Just because you know where they is doesn't mean he can't find the damage. Ends up with 2. Shoyo and Sung now have an opportunity here. Still got the rifles. They've still got utility. If they can find maybe just an opener, maybe there's something to work with here. The flash out from heaven. They drop on down. They know where the first is. Wilted, though, gets the trade, and that's all they needed. Sung needs a 1v3 clutch up here to try and lock this away. Otherwise, they might have just done it here. Bandits keeping themselves alive in this series. Coming forward, but the time is the issue. Splashes, can't see it. Pyro with a third. They're up to 18, and Bandits get the 7th. They risked it basically all. So that one didn't work. It was going to be hard to see a buy the next round, but look at it. Pull one out. And this series, this map, it's far from over.
Indeed it is. Bandits, sorry, not ninjas, managed to hit back. They've just got to do that for 6 more times, and that's a big ask against this Cayman Rider squad that just looks so hot.
Oh, yeah, that was incredibly risky. They somehow just stay alive there, but 55 HP doesn't matter. They've got low HP because they're still doing damage. Wilted shut down as well. And the fast play in here towards the B site's not working. Swifty and Cairo line up for you, but it's an instant response from the Cayman Riders. Just like that, 11-7. Bandits will have their final time out. And we were saying it was basically all or nothing the last round. Now it really is, because you can see what they're starting to put together. Wilted and Gek won't have too much to say with this one. Again, they'll buy the rifles that will be available to them. But if they drop this one, Cayman Riders, the 12th is almost there. Map and series points. They can almost taste it.
Indeed they can. As Nicole coming in, trying to rally the squad. As you've got to have the sense that morale's going to be pretty low over there. Coming in as favorites, now staring down the barrel of defeat.
Boy, oh boy. They've got to put so much praise on you, bud. First map over on Lotus, they had 6 kills. Nothing was working. Then on Sunset, 19 on the Sage. And the omen of all the characters, of all the agents you would see with 22 and 11. It's usually not one of them that's up there. But they have had a series. Shoyo right behind them. Meanwhile, Cairo wilted. You see that Gek, the Euro. It hasn't worked so far. They need them to come together here for Bandits. They need something. They need to shut down Shoyo, but they've already found the first on the Cairo. Information gathered. That means the pace here for the A hit has to quickly just pick up. And Larrington, I was going to say, could have fired through. They spotted the first one there. Bud gets called off guard. So a 4v4 in the retake. They've got a chance to try and get this one done. The Rolling Thunder, though, is perfect. Larry, you've got all the time in the world to knock down shots. And just like that, it's Gek. And they've got nothing. Not a hope, not a chance in hell. And that one's locked in. It's 12 and 5 map and series points here for the Cayman Riders.
An absolutely huge Rolling Thunder turns the round there. For the side of the Cayman Riders. As they now move up to match point and more importantly, series point.
For a team that hadn't won any maps so far relegation, they hadn't in split one in group stage. They didn't win a series. They didn't win a map there. And all of a sudden against a squad that we'd basically just penned in to be first or second in Group A. They have woken up big time here. Splats just finding one's complete completely guessing with the Hunter's Fury. Gets out of the round. All they can do is watch. Shoyu finds Wilton. It is just all the Cayman Riders. Sometimes it's just not your day. And for Bandits Esports Club, it seems that is what's happening here.
Stand aside.
Swifty gets one back, but you bud the instant trade 4v2. It's all on Wally and Cairo. Surely there's no way they can find this one.
Cage triggered.
Tall order after them. Larrington has been revealed, but it doesn't matter.
Cairo.
He's back. But still with so much more to do.
Cage triggered.
Surely there is absolutely no way here. 4v3, they come out, it falls, the smoke, the cage, it's all over. 13-7, and the Cayman Riders, they might not make groups, but they go out with a bang in relegation. 2-1 series victory over the first place Bandit Esports Club in Group A. And look, as I said, they won't qualify for the next stage, but that's got to be a confidence booster. It puts a smile on their face. It's not just map winning, it's a series win.
Yeah, no, a series win against a very strong opponent, nonetheless. Even if they may not be moving on to this in this tournament, they can definitely exit with their heads held high and know that they took it to some of the best competition some of the best competition in this tournament.
It was just fantastical, really. I mean, all credit goes to the Cayman Riders, you, Bud, especially. What a couple of maps they had there after a slow start. 24-12, Shoyu with 20, Larrington had 15, Sung with 11, Splat with 9, Cairo. They tried. They really tried to put their team on their back to get someone doing, but just no one went with them. And it was absolutely fantastic from the side of Bandits. But guys, that's the split almost done. That's day 4 at least wrapped up. We've got ourselves one more day tomorrow. Still plenty of teams vying for top 2 spots. And Atro, any final words for the viewers this evening after that series?
Just want to drop the quick thanks everyone for watching. Thank you to Haz for casting alongside me. Thanks to everyone in production, and thanks to the players. Wouldn't be possible without you guys. So yeah, that's about it.
Absolutely. I have to echo the same words. I mean, our production, Tosca, of course, leading things. Yourself, Atro, for being here as my co-caster, Mr. White Neko and Pilot, also on the OBS in both just the player cams and also the free cams as well, getting some beautiful cinematic shots. It was fantastic. I hope you all enjoyed it, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. I might be here. I might be on my own. You could see all of us in all different directions, but what you will see is more VCL Oceanic action. Day 5 tomorrow. It's going to be a banger. We'll see you